This is INBrief with Bryan High, Head of Global Private Finance Group, Barings, from Charlotte, North Carolina. So first of all, Bryan, thank you very much for flying that long distance to attend and participate in the Inside Network's Investment Leaders Forum at Noosa.
Happy to be here, thanks.
Private credit is filling the headlines, and there's a lot of conversations in the advice community around private credit, Bryan. At the moment, where do you think the importance of underwriting standards sits for people who are assessing, in the advice community, assessing potentially investing in private credit?
Yeah, I think, understanding how different firms underwrite is very important. For us, it's a bottoms-up approach. And you want to make sure that they have the ability and the depth of team to underwrite the companies, the borrowers themselves, to make sure that they can service the debt and generate enough cash flow and sensitize those cash flows. You want to be able to think about who else is in your capital structure and how have they operated and behaved in times of stress and distress. And then maybe most importantly, you want to understand what the structure of the deals are that you're investing in so that you can perfect on your collateral, enforce when needed, and make sure that you can recover all your principal in every investment, even those that don't go well.
Due diligence is doing so much of the heavy lifting in this market, as it always should. What are the absolute non-negotiables for getting your due diligence process right?
That's a great question. I think you've seen, as more capital has flown into this, has flowed into the space, a lot of our counterparts are doing due diligent light work to try to move quickly to win a deal. I think for us, making sure that we have the time to do a full bottoms-up analysis and not just take a sponsor's word for it or a borrower's word for it, and make sure that we're triple checking everything is a non-negotiable. If we can't do that, then we're happy to pass on that deal.
As the asset class grows, Bryan, what excites you the most about the future of private credit as it stands in the advice market and how it will be used going forward? But what must not be compromised?
Sure. I think if you think about the democratization, the ability for other potential investors to access the asset class, that along with technology and what that allows us to do on the underwriting side, and using that to both be more impactful in terms of the impact of private credit on financings in general, but also be more efficient and to bring more people into the asset class. That's pretty exciting. And then the other thing I would say is, as you think about private credit spreading to new parts of the market, not just direct lending, so whether that be opportunistic credit or asset-backed finance, those are very interesting, and we have the ability to provide custom bespoke solutions from a financing perspective, which we enjoy.
Lastly, Bryan, across your life and career, what's the best advice you've ever received on leadership?
Honestly, it's probably, it's amazing what you can accomplish when no one cares who gets the credit. And I think about that in relation to our business and building big teams and having teams that underwrite credit and build portfolios as opposed to one-star portfolio manager. That's our approach, and I think it's served us very well.
Bryan High, Head of the Global Private Finance Group at Barings, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, James.